I'd like to thank everyone who's involved of getting us up in the stage and share with you this amazing journey. We've just been here for, with this project for 9 months. So, thank you. My name is Clorinda Romo. I come from Mexico City, and I like to think of myself as an architect interested in cities, but also in citizens' inventiveness. I've been invited here to share with you, how reimagining new possibilities help us build new opportunities. So as you know, Mexico City is a megalopolis of the developing world that shares many of the problems that other cities in Latin America, Africa, and Asia are facing. But as the 8th largest global urban economy, it also has the necessary infrastructure to generate important experiments and become a city capable of prototyping, testing, and implementing ideas that can later be exported to other cities. This is why we like to think of Mexico City as a possible city, not only impossible. It's a perfect bridge between the first world and the emerging world, both complex and interesting. It's within this context that Laboratorio para la Ciudad is born. Lab for the City is Mexico City's new creative think tank that furthers civic innovation and urban creativity. Here, both. Laboratorio para la Ciudad was born due to the interest of Mayor Mancera in pushing forth necessary conversations and projects, especially those related to civic and governmental innovation. We have, for now, just, thank you. Our structure is divided in 3 different branches. I assume in the evolution of the laboratory per se, it might become even wider and, or even, I don't know, yes, less. The first one, which is Open City, has to do with projects that address issues such as open data, e-government, transparency, and the use of new platforms and technology to engage civil society. I want to share with you our first project, which is called Código Ciudad de México, in which Laboratorio has enabled a collaboration with Code for America to be the city in which they tested their first rollout project, the first outside the United States. Here is Code for America. In these programs, we are inserting 6 civic hackers into 5 different ministries. And also, they've been assigned 12 students, well, not per each civic hacker, but as a total, to help them build a project that they could develop in 9 months. This is the first generation of Código Ciudad de México, 6 civic hackers. And we're just in the first of the 3 stages that Código Ciudad de México program contemplates, and it's already been quite a journey. Not only because it's amazing to see the citizens' capability to create new solutions to daily problems, but also for the amazing response we've had from the ministries and the people that are leading them. Sharing knowledge definitely is a key to innovation. We also want to think Mexico City as a participative city. To make our city more participative, we're creating new formats with like spaces, gathering spaces for inventive minds. We know that physical interaction is key for sharing experiences, so we are building new atmospheres, all these with the aim of injecting good ideas into the city system. As an example, I want to share with you this kickoff or launch of the Open Government program, which was a kickoff session where we invited 13 different government entities to share with each other best practices in fields of technology information as well as public services. It was an 8-minute talk. It was like a very informal format which is already challenging, but all this with the aim to share knowledge. Also, we did this in order to provoke networking among them. This might sound a bit common in other circles and in other sectors, like the entrepreneurial. Like networking is the key to access information and to settle collaboration. But in our context, like really deepen knowledge has to do what Laboratorio needs to keep provoking, right? We also have other types of events, like public events, in which we select different personalities, or let's say project leaders that are really making a different impact in the city, to come and share with a wider audience what are they doing in order to improve the quality of life in the city. So each one of these sessions, we just have our first one, and we will keep on doing this, because it becomes like the perfect moment in which citizens can realize what's going on in the city. So inspiring them with new ideas is also a fundamental issue that Laboratorio para la Ciudad wants to keep coming. And what about prototyping city? Well, Mexico City is not just getting bigger. It's also getting more imaginative and its citizens more inventive. In order to attract the creativeness that's being produced in the wider city, we want to build different tools with which we can observe how people react to certain stimulus. This is just a reference image of actually a project that has been done here in Barcelona. It's called the Ramblador. But next year, we're going to build an urban parasite. This artifact will hold urban observation tools, which are going to be made and constructed by a series of workshops in which different, let's say, students, academia, experts in different fields are going to collaborate so they can set up which of these type of observer tools we're going to use. With these tools, citizens can gather new information that would definitely change perceptions and would help create new urban experiences. We'll also invite experts in different fields to use the lab as a platform for doing research in urban phenomena. This is our first resident. Her name is Nicola Dwiley. She came to the city to live like for 2 weeks, and she spent day by day visiting La Central, which is the city's wholesale food market, sorry. And she wanted to get to know how this, we call it like our monster that feeds us, works, and how it's structured. So, sorry, we missed well, a couple of slides, doesn't matter. The thing is that having different perspectives and unique point of views from people who aren't living day by day in the city help us like really understand it. And we just ask them to help us tell a different story, or tell a story in a different way in which we can then share with the citizens, and then we can, well, I don't know, actually fell in love more with our city, because I'm in love with my city. So I don't know if yeah. So as you can see, in order to become, let's say, a possible city, we have to think Mexico City as a pilot city. We want to think it, sorry, okay, we can, I don't know what's going on, but okay. We have to think Mexico City as a pilot city. We can test ideas, explore new possibilities, and capitalize the creativeness that's being built. We think that with this approach, the Mexico City is starting to defy stereotypes of what Latin America megalopolis can and cannot do by taking risks. This is our rooftop of just in our building, and we are constantly inviting people to take over it once a month, and in different formats, start to share either work, maybe screen a documentary, and also have debates and all that type of stuff. So we like to think us as a structure who enables open space, not just for sharing good ideas, but also for rehearsing public debate. We also think that in order to become a pilot city, we definitely are the first experiment of many to come. So the creation of a lab is just the step number one, and the whole other tools we are developing in different platforms are the way we're going to address different fields. So after 9 months of being born, we think that Laboratorio is taking a few but certain steps to start a new dialogue between the most important issues with an innovative approach. We're excited to be here sharing with you some of the lab's implemented projects that are setting an example of how initiatives that help civic engagement and creativity can increase the quality of life of the inhabitants of the megalopolis such as Mexico City is. And although we have already, let's say, a bit less of 20 creative minds in the team, and no less than 22 million more to work with in the city, we would like to invite you to join us in this challenging experiment of what means for just a bunch of young people wanting to make changes in the world are trying to, right? So as a laboratory, we'll just keep intoxicating. Thank you.